So let's show you how to hit your driver higher. I know loads of you struggle with drives that you hit quite well, but they just go a bit low. They might even skirt off a bit to the right. That's very common with low drives. So let's show you how you can hit higher, longer, straighter drives with 3 really simple tips. Number 1, tee height. You need to use it and assess it. And the best way to play with tee height is to try just hitting from 3 different heights. So I have my standard height, promotes my standard drive. I have my higher tee height position. This promotes higher, sometimes longer drives. Then I have my lower position, which is going to give me lower and slightly different shaped drives. And I'm going to use all 3 of these. But the reason I know my tee height that works for me is I've played with all 3. So many golfers just stick with 1 tee height. Practice with 3 different tee heights. Because one of the biggest hacks from today's lesson is you'll find from those different tee heights, you are encouraging different shape shots as well. So the low drive that you're trying to stop hitting, I don't want you to stop hitting it today. I just want you to find out how to use that as well as then find the higher one, which might help you with longer and straighter drives. Always try and think of golf lessons, golf tips of ways of adding skills to the skills you've already got. A low tee shot, which is what you're trying to get rid of if you're searching how to hit higher drives, still has its place. You don't want to get rid of it. You want to get used to understanding why it comes and how to get rid of it with a better tee height. Tip number 2 is one of the key differences we see between amateurs and pros when it comes with the driver, and it's where your upper body head is at impact compared to where the ball is. Big problem we see from amateur golfers who hit the ball low is they tend to drive with their upper body, and this effort to try and open up their body often drives them forwards. As soon as my head catches up with that ball, even starts going forward of it, this often leaves the club up in the air, which will make you hit down, often across the ball, hitting those horrible low drives. So let's try and get your impact moving this way and get rid of this move. So the drill for that is I want you to stand with your feet around 2 club head widths apart. So like almost a size 9, just smaller apart. It's a very narrow stance, but look how I've got my lead foot literally up behind the ball here. So I haven't even got it level with the ball. Now with the club addressing the ball, what you're going to do from this position, if you're somebody who wants to drive your head forwards, you're going to find it very hard to actually balance after you've hit a shot, because you haven't got the stability of that foot out in front of you. From this drilled setup position, which you could use on the range or on the course as a practice swing, and using it to practice before you hit shots is going to give you the feeling of actually trying to launch the ball a little bit more with your head back behind the ball, because you've got a fraction of stability in trail foot. Lead foot's about where it can't go any further than that. You can't go any further than that with your head. You don't want to, basically, because you want to be hitting more from your head behind the ball. And what you're going to find, you absolutely start launching them up. And see how that one's drawing? For lots of golfers, what this drill does is it encourages this kind of downswing, opposed to head driving first, encourages this kind of downswing, which is the down and across that you see so often. Now the final tip that's going to help you hit up at the golf ball a little bit more, which if you've got your tee height correct, also you've got your spine angle working now, head behind the ball correct, this is going to encourage you to hit up, but you still might not do it. You're going to encourage it a bit more by actually trying to use the ground and get out of this lead foot. We see such a strong correlation between how people move their body on the downswing between pros and amateurs, and then in turn how that controls low point and angle of attack. And the common pattern we see from amateurs is they tend to bury themselves in lead foot as they hit the ball. So they then tend to drive onto lead foot, stay down in this foot, hit down and squeeze that ball out low. Sometimes they get down here and then start getting up after they've hit the ball, which is why we see the extended finish at the end. It happens too late, where what we see from pros is they tend to get low here with their pressure, and then they're trying to get out as they hit the ball. So they're actually moving up with their body, handle gets low and then comes up, which allows them to hit up. So how can you do that? You've got to start getting more active in your knees. Now when I say that, lots of golfers think about getting more active with their knees and going this way a lot. So you see them going across, this one bends out. That's actually the worst thing you can do for lots of golfers. That encourages you to stay buried in that lead foot, which will get that low point lower, so hitting skies, and often get them hitting down. So what I want you to feel that you're doing is from the top of your backswing, I want you to feel like you go down with your pelvis. So actually drop down as you move across. Feel like the hands drop down. Feel like everything about you drops down. And then to hit the ball from there, you've got to get up and out of there. So the dropping down is the key to getting up earlier, Lots of people don't realise that. They just try to get up out of their lead side. If you don't go down, that can often create more problems. So we're going down here. See how I drop? Everything goes down. Knees, pelvis, even shoulders, head goes down. To feel like you then go up to hit the ball. This is absolutely going to control low point, get you hitting up at the ball and get you hitting higher, longer tee shots. Another way of feeling that is you could center around your lead leg bend. So what I want you to do is feel like you increase the lead leg bend to try and straighten it through impact. So feel like you increase that lead leg bend before you hit the ball, get it up out into straight. So really feel like you can just pull back with your lead leg. Even my lead foot pulls back. This is so good for getting you to actually spring out of your shots and control that low point and hopefully get you hitting up, which is going to help you hit those higher tee shots, those higher drives that you want. So now you've got your drives going higher and straighter and you want to find out how to hit your iron shots better from off the ground. Use this video. It's got all the information you need for perfect iron shots.